Hey, good morning, friends. Happy Friday. Today we're going to be talking about 6 specific areas in your morning routine that are going to add a ton of value to your life. Good morning. My name is Tyler. I'm the mentor here at More Success and Significance. I'm passionate about helping people. We mentor them in life to create cash flowing assets so that they can have more significant choices to chase the passions in their life. After all, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to dive in because this session is going to be full of practical content for you guys. All right, so most of you may not remember, but months and months ago when we kind of first started this podcast, we talked about the number one investment that you can make in your life. If anybody remembers that, we talked about the number one investment you can make in your life is in yourself. And that's where we're going to talk about this morning. We're going to talk about 6 areas that you can invest in the morning so that you can be prepared to crush your days. All right, so let's dive in. So to help you guys remember this, we're going to talk about an acronym. It's called SAVERS, SAVERS. And each one of those letters is going to represent an area to focus on in the morning to get you prepared to start your day. Okay, so let's dive in. So the first one that we're going to talk about is S, and it's actually silence. So when you wake up in the morning, I think one of the biggest mistakes that I know I've made and many other people make is they dive right into their day, checking emails, maybe their phone, or maybe they're waking up too late and they're diving right into their day. A lot of research and a lot of experts have shown that this is probably not the best way to start your day. The actual best way to start your day is in some kind of silence. That could be meditation, prayer, reflection, right? So, and it doesn't have to be very much. So we talked about yesterday waking up 60 to 90 minutes earlier. So as you start some of these things, literally, maybe it's only 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes starting these things. And so the next one, so the first one is silence. That's our S. The next one, A, is affirmations. This is not something new. Remember, we've talked about this in past podcasts. The power of our words, talking to yourself, who we want to be, stating that to ourselves in the morning. And I would recommend after you get done with your silence and you go to your affirmations, you do this in front of a mirror. You have passion behind what you're saying. Make it believable. That is really going to start to change the way you think in your thought process, in your mind, to be more positive, to be having a more position of power. So that is going to be really, really key for you. So we have silence, A for affirmations, V, the next is visualization. So if any of you have a background in sports, I do, one of the things that is very popular before practice or before games or competitions is to visualize what you're going to be doing in that competition or in that time. Visualizing it in a positive way. This is no different. Think about the things in your life, your day, your week, and visualize yourself having success in those things. It is going to be super, super powerful. All right, that's the third one, S, A, and V. The next one is E, and assuming you guys can remember this, get moving, it's exercise, right? And it doesn't have to be very much, especially if you're like me. This is admittedly a lack of priority or something that I'm not very good at. I'm not a very good, consistent exerciser. And so I've had to be intentional about this. And I started really small, just getting moving in the morning, maybe some stretching to get us started. And then you move along from there, right? Okay, so that's our E. The R is reading. So there is no time better than to start early in the morning when your brain is fresh and start to feed it the good things that you are working on for self-help, self-development, maybe leadership development. Your brain is fresh, it can absorb, and as we reading is one of the best ways that we can absorb information, especially new information, and then start to apply it later on in the day. So make sure you have a personal development plan that includes reading, and in your morning is a great time to do this. All right, so that's the first 5. The last one is S in SAVERS, and it's scribing. It stands for writing. So start a journal. So start writing at first, just how you're feeling, well, what things you're looking forward to, how yesterday went, and just starting to write those things down. And what I've found is that as you start to write more and more, you're naturally going to get better. You're naturally going to ask deeper questions about yourself. You're going to have deeper realizations and observations about yourself that can be extremely powerful to help you continue to advance in the directions that you want to go. All right, so I know I threw a lot at you, so we're going to review these, right? It's SAVERS is the acronym. So silence, affirmations, visualizations, exercise, reading, and scribing. So it's a lot. And when we talked about yesterday, admittedly, we said 60 to 90 minutes earlier. You're like, Tyler, wow, those are 6 things. That is a lot. So a couple helpful tips from somebody who started to implement this and kind of grown along the way. First thing is, don't think you need to do all of these things at once. Absolutely not. Let's start small. Let's work into them. Maybe pick 2 or 3 at most if you're thinking this is overwhelming, and only do them for maybe 5 to 10 minutes a piece. Set a timer, because I think it's way more important, especially if you haven't done this morning routine before, that you start getting into a scheduled habit versus how much of it you actually get done. Because if you are consistent at building this habit muscle in the morning, you have a schedule, you get up, you start, and you do it for a certain amount of time, you're going to get better. I promise you, you are going to get better, and it's going to get easier. So that's where we're going to start. And I think as you do these things, what you're going to realize is if you start your morning off right, especially with these key areas, your cup is going to be really full. Your energy is going to be really full. And you're going to crush that to-do list. You're going to get more things done. And by actually investing more time in your mornings, you are actually going to get more time throughout the rest of your day and in your evenings, maybe weekends, to do the things that you really want to do and chase your passions. And after all, that's what we're all about here at More Success and Significance, teaching you common things that you can maybe do in an uncommon way so that you can actually get more money and more time to start chasing your passions. All right, that's it for this episode of Your Modern Day Mentor. I'm Tyler. If you have any questions about any of this and you want to dive in and you're seriously like, okay, these are great, but I want to start making significant changes in my life, just drop me a message down below, raise your hand, say, hey, Tyler, I'd like more help, and how can I get started? We'd be glad to reach out to you and take it from there. Until then, though, wishing you nothing but more success and significance in your life. Cheers.